Sam. So we'll jump into it and let him tell his story. I don't know what it's about, so
Hi there, this is Sam. I know it's been a long time since I have last appeared in one of Austin's videos, but the hiatus is over and I'm back. So recently I made a trip to Canada. I went to the part of Canada where they only speak French. So I was in Quebec. That was the name of the city where I was. You may have heard of it. And in the center of Quebec, in the dead center of Quebec, there is an active base for the Canadian Army. And the Canadian Army, when they're doing their physical training, they run all over the city and everything, all over the old town and stuff, and I was staying right near the old town. So one morning I get up and I was like, you know what, I've been on vacation for about a few days, so I think I should start doing some exercise. So I decided to start running around the city. And what do I wear when I'm going to run around the city? I wear my army uniform that I wear for physical training. They're like little shorts that say army on them and the t-shirt and everything. I had my hair so that way it looked like really short and everything. So I looked like I was an active duty member of the military. I'm not an active duty member. I'm a ROTC cadet, but I like wearing the short shorts. They're comfortable. And so I'm running around the city and I run along and I find a unit of 20 Canadian soldiers. They're all French. They only speak French in this unit. It's one of the only units in the Canadian Army where they do speak French. And so they're speaking French. They're encouraging each other while they're running. Then one of the guys drops out of the formation as I'm running by, and he's like, "Are you Lieutenant Donaldson?" I was like, "No, I'm not Lieutenant Donaldson." Like, "You look just like him. You must be Lieutenant Donaldson. Do not mess with me. Come with us to the fort." So we start running along. I go with them back to their fort. It's like this giant fort at the top of Quebec, and like this random French colonel guy, he walks up to me. He's like, "Are you Lieutenant Donaldson?" "No, I'm not, sir. I'm not Lieutenant Donaldson. I'm sorry." "Then why are you wearing the short shorts?" I like them. They're comfortable.
that sounds like a dangerous idea to go
Leave.
back to somebody's fort.
And so anyway, I go back to my hotel room, and my parents asked me where I went. I was like, "Oh, I was just running. Nothing happened. Don't worry about it." Anyway, that was one of the many odd things that happened to me in Quebec. Another odd thing. I almost got in a fight with a Chinese dude. Like this little Chinese dude, and he was apparently a member of the Chinese military, and he was not very nice. He didn't think that I understood a word of Chinese, so he was swearing at me under his breath, and I whipped around, and I was just like, "Go fuck yourself." So, and he's like, "What?" I was like, "You just told me to go fuck my mother in Chinese. Don't tell me to fuck my mother in Chinese, or I will literally kill you." He's like, "I think I'll kill you first." "Well, let's not fight about it, because then we both get arrested, and I'm pretty sure if you get arrested in a foreign country, you'll get shot, so shut the fuck up."
Was he like the Chinese guy from Hangover?
No, he wasn't a stereotype. The only reason I knew he was in the Chinese military is because of his hat. It was like this camouflage that is exclusively used by the Chinese army, and it just had a little red star on it. And I was like, Chinese military guy right there. But these Chinese tourists at this place, I don't mean to generalize, but a lot of these people that I encountered, they're assholes. They're complete asshats to people. They like tried to shove past me when I was waiting in line to go to the bathroom, and I was like, hell no.
That makes sense.
And I also discovered a new beverage that I recommend to any of you people watching this video. It's called ice wine, and it is very good. It is like alcoholic grape juice almost. I mean, a lot of people, you think it's unmanly to drink wine. I get that, but you know what? Ice wine is good.
It probably would taste good. Grape juice and ice taste good.
No, the reason it's called ice wine is that they wait till the dead of winter to harvest the grapes and then they press them, so that it just concentrates the flavor really well. And then they also make ice cider. That's actually what I'm drinking now as I
Wow,
as
I
this
just
video is being
died
recorded.
On GTA, I went off like a little the edge in the airport. Those like blind kind of things that go off the edge. I went up it, went over it, and then I fell off, and then my bike just squished me.
That is
Cool story.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
You probably
Yeah,
don't believe
continue
me.
about this Canadian wine story.
So anyway, it also affects you a lot more than you'd think. You're just like, oh, this doesn't affect me at all. Yeah, this is just some nice apple juice. About a bottle later, you're gonna start feeling it. So anyway, I'm in Canada where the drinking age is legal for me to drink there. Just gonna leave it at that. And so I decide to go bar hopping with my friend Ben. So we wander around the city of Quebec, and we must have hit at least 5 bars. God, I spent a shit ton of money there. Oh my god. And they keep the stores open all night, and that is when it became a good idea for me to get that Titanic swimming team T-shirt.
Oh, that's a
Anyway,
great shirt.
we got absolutely wrecked and started wandering around the city, and we started people watching. We eventually got so just like we just couldn't go anymore, so we just kind of like sat down at this bar. And it was like this bar that was recessed into a flight of stairs that all these tourists go down, and it was hilarious watching like all the fat people go down the stairs. Like one guy fell down the stairs and I started laughing. I shouldn't have laughed, but you know what? I thought it was funny.
I would have thought it was funny.
And I kind of just sat there. Canada's a wonderful place. It's a boring place. It's a boring place. I mean, the biggest news while I was there was that 2 toddlers were strangled by a python. That was the biggest news.
That sounds
And
that's good.
yeah, that was the only real major news that I cared about. They were talking about how there was apparently an immigration problem, but I did not see very many immigrants. I saw only like one black guy who was speaking French. That's it. The rest of the black guys I saw were like tourists.
Oh,
I saw
damn.
one. I saw. I saw.
Speaking French.
There are a lot of people who are African from former French colonies in Africa who go all over the place. If you go into Paris now, there's black people everywhere. There's also a lot of Muslims. So quite a lot of Muslims in Paris and the European countries right now. Because
Yeah.
they used to have these worker visa programs that would just bring people over.
That
So,
that's very true.
yeah. It still sounds like an air raid alarm though when you're walking through the streets of Paris and then you hear like the call to prayer. You're just like, oh god, are the Germans coming again? Oh god! Oh, the Germans are coming! No!
So bad.
Want to hear Want to hear the German word for food?
What is it?
France.
France?
Get it?
No,
No, I didn't.
I do not get it.
Is there a punchline in there somewhere?
No punchline. That is basically it.
It's not a real joke.
That's it. That was so funny.
Sorry, I learned that in comedy class.
I'm
Really.
laughing and I'm laughing so hard
It
right now.
was taught by Jeff Foxworthy.
I am laughing so hard right now. Ha.
You know you're a redneck when you're